Today, we're speaking with one of the candidates, Leonard N. KATZ, who is running for mayor of the village of Great Neck Plaza. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
You have been a resident and civic leader in Great Neck for many years. Can you share with our viewers your life and experience living here?
That's easy. How much time do I have?
You have 20 minutes for the whole thing.
Well, I've been in the plaza since, I guess, 1996. I took a co-op. I bought a co-op. I was just divorced. My son moved in with me. He was traveling to NYU in the city. The train was convenient. And prior to that, of course, I was in Baker Hill. Moved into Great Neck in 1971. And in 75, we bought the house in Baker Hill. And we were there till 96, 20 years or so. That's my genesis, essentially, for Great Neck. Beyond that, while I was living there, and even in the plaza, I've been involved in many community organizations. I was involved with, recently, of course, I was involved with the Rotary Club of Great Neck. I was president several terms. I'm currently on the executive committee of the Chamber of Commerce of Great Neck, and I'm on the board of directors of the Chamber of Commerce of Great Neck. I've been involved in my temple, activities at Temple Israel. I was involved in the Men's Club of Temple Israel. I was president for several terms. I moved on to the region, the metro region of the Federation of Jewish Men's Clubs, and I was eventually on the treasurer of the international board of the Federation of Jewish Men's Clubs, which is 263 clubs in probably 5 continents. So it's been a very active, long, involved period of my life. And at this point, I've been in the plaza. I've been, of course, in town for all these years, and I've seen what's happened to the town in terms of how it's devolved into all these empty stores. I remember years ago, you go up Middle Neck Road, and if you had 10 or 12 stores that were empty, things were tough. Now there's 50 or 60 stores up and down Middle Neck Road. I mean, it's incredible, and it's been years, and nothing seems to be being done about it. And at this point, I think someone has to do something. I go to meetings, people complain about things, but no one steps up to do anything. Someone had said to me, well, why don't you run for mayor? And I said, come on, I'm busy doing what I'm doing. And by the 3rd or 4th time it happened to me, I thought about it seriously, and I decided I can make the time. I've always given to the communities I lived in, and if no one's going to do it, I'm going to do it. I've made changes in every organization I've been with. I've managed to grow it, make things happen in the organization, and I believe I can do it now. It's definitely time for a change, and we have to move forward. We're just stagnating and going backwards, and it's time to change things, and that's what I want to do. That's where I am.
Can you share with our viewers 3 areas of your platform that are pillars of your campaign?
Sure. I talk about revitalizing the downtown area, which means, of course, filling up the storefronts. There's lots of proposals out there, lots of ideas out there. I haven't signed on to any one idea because I don't think it should come from essentially the top down. I want to talk to the residents. I want to see what they feel, what they need, and I want to take that into account very heavily in terms of how we go forward. It'll mean talking to the shopkeepers, it'll mean talking to the developers, the builders, the property owners, and even the volunteer organizations in town. They have a feeling for what's going on in town, and I want everyone to be involved because it's a collaborative effort. We've all got to work together. No one person has all the answers, but together, if everyone gives a little bit, we're bound to come up with solutions that most of us can live with. Whatever we do, there's always going to be somebody who doesn't like it. But most of the people will be able to go along with these things, and we'll start making the changes that happen. That's where I am right now.
Vision Long Island has used Great Neck as an example of a town with great and progressive downtown revitalization. What do you see moving forward for Great Neck and its expansion in the next 5 years?
Vision Long Island is a great organization. They've done a lot, they've helped many towns, and I plan to reach out to them certainly. In fact, even now there's a proposal, they were given I think $18,000 to come up with some suggestions for helping our town to get revitalized. And I think that They're due sometime, I believe, in March, which is also, it coincides with the moratorium, the 9-month moratorium that was put on new building construction in town. So it's all beginning to come together. I think it's taken the current administration all these years, 10, 15, 20 years, to begin to do something, and maybe because they felt someone was going to be running, I don't know, but all of a sudden we're beginning to see some activity that, as far as I'm concerned, should have happened many, many years ago. Things should not have gone to the level that they've gone to now. We're down pretty low, and it's time to turn things around, and that's what I really want to do.
Thank you so much for sharing your platform with us. Thank you again for being here.
That's it?
That's
wow.
it. That's
I talked too long. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you shared with us and our viewers. Thank you for that.
You're quite welcome. Thank you.
After the credits, there'll be information on where you can vote.